Scanning. Identity authorized. Welcome to the Secret Superhero Club Podcast Network.
Welcome everybody to the Animation Station podcast. My name is Josh.
I'm Hanna.
And today we're joined by a very special guest. Who is it?
It's me, Ezra Weisz.
Oh,
Hi.
Ezra, that's right. I remembered it was somebody, I just couldn't remember who it was.
Burn.
Josh is spicy today.
Oh my god, it's because I'm hungry.
It's your fault you messed up meal.
What was that, Ezra?
I said maybe you should do this interview after we eat. I made sure I was in a good mood for the interview, so I shaved my face.
I know, it looks fantastic.
You look
Thank
good.
you.
And
Thank you.
all of our wonderful podcast listeners, Ezra is actually going to be sending that beard to us, and we're going to be giving it away on the show.
That's right. I've got the beard right here. I don't know if you can see it. I shaved the beard and I kept it right here. It's in the Ziploc bag, Josh, not to worry.
That's disgusting.
And it's going to go to the highest bidder, and then I'm going to use that money for the college fund for Sarah and Jacob. Thank you.
There we go.
It is so gross.
Well, in solidarity, Ezra, I did a little bit of a shave, too. I got rid of all my gross as well.
Good.
Yeah.
And
It wasn't as bad.
Hannah is perfect as always.
Of course.
Yeah,
No improvement necessary.
She has to shave every day to keep her
To
skin
look
like
this
that.
good,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work.
It does. Now, I need to ask one question. Am I shouting, or how's my vocal level? Am I shouting?
You sound perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
great.
Perfect. I can't talk. Words are hard.
All right, good. Then
It's loud over here.
I know, because I'm shouting here in the house, but I don't mind.
Sabrina's gonna throw something at you, man. Be careful. Your back is turned. She can easily get
Nothing
you.
new. Nothing new. There she is.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Let me look at the computer.
I looked at the computer. I was like, that didn't work.
No.
Alrighty, this episode of the ASP is brought to you by our good friends over at Funimation. You can get 2 free weeks of anime with Funimation. We'll hear a little bit about them a little bit later on. Plus, we have another sponsor this week. Our other sponsor is Ripped Apparel, where you can get super dope shirts for only $10 a month. $10 a month. $10
Yeah!
shirt. $10 a month for all the shirts you want.
Yay!
That's a new thing. No, but you get 10% off by using the code ASP10 at checkout. And yeah,
Wow.
get yourself a dope shirt. They unfortunately do not have Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir shirts.
So wrong.
Yet.
So wrong. Yet,
Yet.
exactly. New designs daily, so maybe we'll get a
Fingers
Cat
crossed.
Noir. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about Miraculous Ladybug Season 2, Part 2, that just hit on Netflix.
Yay!
Yay!
Now, Ezra, is there a reason that you're on this episode? I can't remember. Like, why? You're just a big fan of the show, right?
I'm a big fan of the show.
fan.
I can't stop thinking about this show. I live it.
Literally.
Literally. I also direct the English voice cast of Miraculous Ladybug. So if you watch the show on Netflix and you select the English track to watch the show, that is all of the amazing actors that you've had so many of on this podcast, but also that's the work that I do, directing the English voice cast.
Oh, man. Yeah, and we thank you for coming on yet another one of our shows.
Yes. How
Oh
many
my gosh,
times is
it's a
this now?
pleasure. This makes
too many.
3,
Yep.
but we need a 4th one because there's another show that I also want to discuss with you that's also animated.
Is it Be the Beginning?
It is on Toonami. We can talk about that show.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Megaloblock.
Mm-hmm.
Megaloblock.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That I want to watch that one so bad. It's just I'm trying to get past the Christmas
So
season.
good. In fact, I think we might watch it today. There's only 2 episodes that have aired so far on Toonami. I think I'm going to watch both of them again today.
There
So,
you go. Not bad.
but I'm going to first watch more of Miraculous Ladybug Season 2.
Exactly. So let's start off with Miraculous Ladybug Season 2, Season 2, Part 2. I was going to say Season 2, Episode 1, which doesn't work.
No.
Right.
And Netflix is also very confusing
Yes.
because Netflix says it's Season 3, Episode 1, which
Yeah.
doesn't make... Yeah, which is... Yeah,
Don't
it's all
believe
kinds of
that.
weird.
So don't believe that. It's totally Season 2, Part 2, and so if we slip up and
Yeah.
say something weird, it's Season
It's
2,
gonna happen.
Part 2. Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you why it's Season 2, Part 2, because currently I'm directing Season 3.
Spoilers.
So I know that Season 3 is its own thing, and it's not something that Netflix is trying to do to be like, or, you know, to be like, oh no, the second half of Season 2 is really Season 3. But it's not. It is a complete season, and Season 3 we are currently working on now.
Yay.
Yay. Oh boy. So and we watch them in the Netflix order. So the Netflix order to me seems kind of weird. Like everything's kind of like bouncy around.
Yeah. I mean, you would think that at some point, I mean, I understand you can roll out a series however you want to, but maybe at some point you would put the origin story as the first and second episode.
Nah.
And then
Just throw
you
the
can
characters
really,
in.
pretty much, you could really, you know, you could figure out like how well they know each other by the dynamic they have in the classroom when they're at school. And you can see how the relationships are evolving between their friendships as well as the crushes that they have. But it's just kind of jumbled around and you piece it together in your own head. And that also works really well for some fans because then they figure out, what is the order? Kind of like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, it's very much like that. I mean, especially with our first episode of Season 2, Part 2 is Frightingale. And so that's Marinette is cast to play Ladybug, and Adrienne is Cat Noir for a music video honoring the heroes. But the star gets akumatized into a musical monster.
Why did she get
Well-
akumatized, Josh?
Okay, so let's put one ding up right now for Chloe Bourgeois causing somebody to be akumatized. So
That's right. Chloe Bourgeois, I think, causes more people to be akumatized than anyone else in the series. So if you don't like Chloe Bourgeois, then you don't like Miraculous Ladybug because we wouldn't have any villains, and then we wouldn't have a show.
Mm-hmm. She's second behind Marinette. Marinette's... I don't know. This season, like, it was kind of a tie.
Marinette
I don't
caused
know.
quite a few this season. Or
Marinette doesn't cause that many.
Indirectly, she causes way more.
Yeah, not because,
Well-
like, Marinette's mean or anything like Chloe. Chloe's, like, mean. Marinette, she gets a little, like, she gets something into her head, and it might hurt somebody's feeling as she's trying to do that thing. So,
There are
it's not like a
degrees-
purposefully, I'm gonna hurt somebody caused by Marinette.
Well, there are definitely degrees of Chloe, and there are Chloe episodes where she is downright nasty.
Oh,
mean
yeah.
and nasty. And then there's other episodes where just sort of her behavior and her feelings of superiority makes other people feel really insecure, and that can trigger stuff. But there's definitely like the episodes of Chloe where she is villain girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Let's go back to Nightingale for a second. So we have a Clara Nightingale, which is great, definitely modeled after the great designs that we saw from the Laura Marano music videos, wearing the same outfits. The episode kind of deals with that, right? Making of a music video with a well-known musical artist. And boy, I'll tell you, when I watched this episode, I was freaking out because we see that Cat Noir has to put the mask on his face that Adrienne has to get dressed up as Cat Noir.
I love it.
And that Marinette has to get dressed up as Ladybug. And that once they put their masks on, forget it. Secret's gone.
Yeah. I really loved, like, Adrienne was like, I can't put the mask, so I'm gonna, like, hide the mask in this pile of laundry, and no one will ever find it.
I like how they both
Right.
had the exact same, like, we're like, let's put it exactly right here underneath these 4 towels.
Yes. We're gonna put it right here, and no one will ever think to look in this pile of clothes to find our masks. So we
Right.
can't, so the secret won't get out. But
How about...
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say they got real close to putting those masks on their face. It got super tense.
It was very that slow mo like pan up.
Yeah. See, what I really like about the episode though is that Marinette was not out to be Ladybug. She just wanted to have a good time with her friends.
And
she didn't even want to do the video. She just wanted to be an extra with her friends.
Right. She just wanted to have a fun time and be there and have fun with Alia, Alex, Rose, Juliet. It was
Julika?
Yeah, Rose and Julika were there.
Yeah, Rose and Julika. I was trying to think who else might have been there.
Everybody.
Was it everybody?
Yeah,
it was pretty
Alex
much everybody.
was there.
Yeah.
Alex, which is now like, in Prime Girl Squad. So.
Yeah. So it's like she just wanted to be there, have a fun time with her girlfriends, and like no intention of ever becoming the star of this music video. But that is like really like pinnacle of who Marinette is that she doesn't want to be the star of anything. She just wants to be like a team player, be there for everybody, be supportive, and she wants to stand out, but she doesn't want to stand out above anybody else.
I love that about that character. I love it. There are not many people in the world who are like that.
And like building everybody else up. I think that's one reason why I really love the show as much, is because Marinette's crafted that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we have to have a villain, and our main villain in the series is Chloe Bourgeois, who causes a poor young girl to be akumatized.
Wait a minute. I think Hawkmoth is the main villain.
No, see, Hawkmoth is just a tool for Chloe.
What?
They're in it on it together.
Exactly, yes.
No. Chloe, that's one thing from this season. I was like, oh, don't make Chloe a sympathetic character. Please don't do it. And then we have the couple episodes where you're like, oh, Chloe's a sympathetic character.
Well, Chloe is an anti-hero.
She's
like Deadpool.
And Tony Stark.
No, Chloe's anti-bug. The thing is, the more we watch season 2, the more we realize that Hawkmoth becomes a sympathetic character.
Yes.
Yeah. Very much.
And we were not expecting that. We were expecting Hawkmoth to just be a mean guy, because that's really easy to understand. But, the creative team behind writing the episodes really added a great depth and dimension to Hawkmoth by making him be a character that is doing something out of love of his wife.
I agree. They made him really relatable, and Keith did a really good job this season of portraying a very compelling villain. Like he was emotional. Yeah. There was a lot of range to his character this season, and it was really, really good.
Yes, I loved Keith, but I always love Keith, like in any role that he does. So it's not out of the ordinary for Keith to be.
It's because he's so dreamy and tall.
Yes, and his voice is just so perfect.
Perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, and we had that wonderful music video that was shot at the end of this episode. Everybody dancing. And see, that's why I thought it doesn't make any sense, like the order of this episode, because it's episode 1, and there's characters in this music video that we should know exactly, where we should be like, oh, they're dancing too, but we've not met them, and so you just see this random swimmer girl on screen by herself, and you're like, that seems bizarre.
It might just be like a build-up, though. It's like, oh, look, here's this character, like this Parisian character that you're gonna see later. You're gonna learn about her more later.
I
mean, it makes it a little bit difficult when it makes it more of a challenge when we're doing the episodes, because if there's a character that just has one line and his name is called Seller, and we just, have me jump in there and do that one line for here you go, and then the next time we work on the episodes and we get 3 new episodes or 4 new episodes, now that character that was pretty distinguished looking, known as Seller, becomes Andre, the ice cream seller.
Yes.
And then we're like, wait a minute, that was and then Andre becomes a character that we see throughout season 2, even if he's just in the background or walking his cart around or something. So, it would be kind of nice to know when a new character is going to be a recurring character. but at the same time, it's part of all of that magic that makes the show really special. That sort of piecing it together because the series is out of order and, not knowing all of a sudden which character becomes, in an episode or two, a main guest that gets akumatized.
You know what I'm ready for in season 3, where that paraglider, he's gonna get akumatized, the one with the bouquet. Because what's gonna happen is she's not gonna say yes, and it's gonna be bad. And you know what that means? Ezra gets to voice another character.
I'm on my Unlocked stream while we're doing this live, and Poet Angel just said, "I loved Andre. You did a wonderful job voicing him, and I thank you. I was very excited to voice Andre, especially when we realized in his big episode he has to sing."
Yes, you may not know, Ezra, listen to our previous episode with Ezra. Ezra has been singing for cafeteria kids for a long, long time.
That's right. I was part of a middle school group known as the Kaboognesses. Thank you so much, Josh.
I got you. Then we go. Let's go into episode 2.
Okay.
Which was Siren.
Yes. My gosh.
This wrecked your ship.
It did wreck my ship, my Kim and Alex ship.
Wrecked your ship.
I'm okay with it because
she's cool.
Because she's cool.
She's really cool. We really like her.
Yes, Ondine.
Good old Ondine.
That's such a good name because it's so very
watery,
traditional Irish water-based name. It's a good name.
Hanna loves it.
Yes.
Unlike what was it? We were watching a preview for some new Netflix thing, and one of the guys was like, "The Pride of the Emerald Isles," and you're like, "That's not how that's supposed to sound."
And I'm like, "What? No."
There must have been great debate about that when they were recording it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I really loved the Siren episode because we got to see that the Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir get special powers that they use that are like elemental stones, except now they are macaroons
and camembert.
Which is...
I was watching this episode and I go, we're going to have our Sailor Moon power-up moment. Here it is.
And
beautiful.
And it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was. I love the new suit design. I love Aqua Tiki.
Oh, like the whole koi.
Oh god, Aqua Tiki and Aqua Plague.
Like the koi theme, like
yes,
just the detail on Ladybug's suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, that's
it's so
nice.
shimmery.
Yeah,
and I love that Paris goes underwater and we watch them sort of fight underwater. I thought that was awesome.
It was really cool. It was and there's a underlining little bit in the beginning of this episode where Cat Noir knows that Ladybug is hiding things from him, and she can't tell him these secrets. And he gets pouty, like he's just a sad, lonely kitty.
Well, he gets a little emo, doesn't he?
He does,
just a little. Well, he's used to, because he thought that wouldn't ever happen with probably his relationship with Ladybug.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There would be secrets outside of like who each other are. But he gets enough of that at home, and so now that's entered into his Ladybug
because he has his everyday life, and then he has his real life.
Yeah.
And now his the secrets are, moving from his everyday life into his real life.
And he's just like, I don't want secrets outside the one that we promised to keep to each other.
Yeah.
Nope,
there's more. And so I can tell, like, I feel like Cat Noir is within reason of why he's upset in this episode.
I agree. It's justified for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I liked Kim and Undine's little game that they played.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that seems super adorable. It just seems super cute.
They are super cute. They are a really cute couple. And she's a wonderful voice that Erica Harlacher gave life to in the English version. Mm-hmm. And we were very excited to work together on it because I've been trying to get Erica Harlacher on Miraculous Ladybug in season 1, but It just never happened, and I'm so happy that she got to play Ondine, and I hope they come and keep giving more episodes for her.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's a great character. They need to bring her back.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't say if they will or they won't because I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her yet. But I also hope they bring her back.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, for selfish reasons. I like working with Erica.
Well, I mean, she's going to be busy doing a bunch of the Agretzico stuff because season 2 is supposed to be coming out next year. So,
Oh, is that right? She's in that one?
She's the main character.
Oh.
I thought that was Erica Mendez.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's not Erica Harlacher. Oh,
I
now I
know.
feel so bad.
I know my friend's work.
Oops. I
Ezra's
got
like,
my
"How dare
my Ericas mixed up. Oh no.
This one's Erica with
spelled
a K,
differently.
like her Instagram account.
Yeah.
A K.
Josh, cut that. Josh, cut
Don't
when
you
you
dare.
sound like an idiot.
He'll issue an apology.
Well, see, it doesn't matter because it's already on Unlocked anyway, so they're just like, what an
It's already on
idiot.
Unlocked. Everybody heard it on Unlocked, didn't you guys?
They all heard it. They all heard
They
the
heard it.
stupidness. They
They're
didn't
not
hear
even paying attention anymore. They're still delivering hearts.
Well, they didn't get to hear my wonderful rendition of Black Parade. So
No.
that's kind of sad.
No.
Episode...
No.
Episode,
Save them for your rendition of Black Parade.
Oh, that was great. Everybody loved it. The neighbors were like banging on the wall. Because they were happy. Episode 3 is Zombie Zoo.
My favorite.
A fantastic episode.
That's because you're a Miss Bustier fan, aren't you, Hannah?
I am. I love Miss
Miss
Bustier.
Bustier.
She's such a great character where she just wants everybody to be happy.
Yes.
And then she has to teach Chloe.
Let's talk about the obvious, amazing feature of Zombie Zoo, and that is that all the characters need to kiss each other on the lips.
Yes.
Right? Wasn't that fun?
The episode that confirmed so many ships.
So many ships.
So many ships. Which was the number one ship that everyone went, yes!
Oh, it was Rose and Julica.
Rose and Julica.
Yes.
Which they
Rose
kind of
and Julica.
cut a little bit. They cut in like the Netflix.
Oh, did they?
There's a little bit because like I remember like when they showed it on Tumblr.
Yeah.
There's a part where Rose kind of like moves up towards Julica,
Okay.
and that wasn't in the Netflix.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, you mean moves her seat closer?
Well, no, it's like she's been kissed on the ankle,
Yeah.
so she's turning into a zombie, a kissy zombie, and then so
Right.
her head like moves up, and like Julica's supposed to like look down a little bit,
Okay.
and
Right.
then that's not there.
They kind of like.
Yeah,
edited
it
that-
just cuts to the back, and then you hear a ah, and then Julica's like holding her mouth, and you're like
We still know what happened.
we still know what happened, but still.
Wait a minute. How do you know that was like legit stuff that was on Tumblr? It could have been fake.
It could have been fake, but it flowed too well with the scene
Okay.
that
Uh-huh.
it didn't look like, and it was grainy enough to where it looked like somebody actually pulled it.
Okay, I'd love for you to.
It wasn't like
find
perfectly.
Like
It wasn't perfect.
to find if you could find that clip, go down the Tumblr hole and see if you could find it.
No, because if I start
Tumblr.
going down the Tumblr hole, I mean, it's gonna get bad.
Yeah, Tumblr's rough. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Oh man.
But I loved this episode because there were so many like sweet moments like between Alia and Nino.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're a legit couple, you guys.
It makes me so happy because like so often it's like teenage romances are just written with like drama and angst and relationship issues, and then there's Alia and Nino.
And they get along great. They have a great relationship.
Right.
If for an issue, they talk it out.
Yeah, and it's like I like that. That's another thing I like about that show is that the characters and the relationships are written in a way. It's like you can have like a good, healthy relationship without drama.
Right. And a lot of high school relationships are healthy, are good relationships without drama. Like, it only happens when when someone interferes with your relationship, that's when drama is caused. The third party, usually. But other than that, a high school relationship is fairly drama-free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
You know, you just sort of like are excited to see each other every day. You hold hands in between classes. You hold hands or sit together during lunch. You support each other either in your sports or in your theater or in your music or in your science.
Yeah.
You talk to each other and, I don't know, Skype at night. And
FaceTime.
Do that FaceTime.
Well, I loved it because it's just like so much like media just shows that there's just constant problems.
Yes, and you're not having a real relationship if you don't have all that drama.
Right, and it's like, and this is kind of like a breath of fresh air with all these little couples cropping up in the show. It's like, that's not how like it actually is. You can have this friendship / relationship with someone and be happy and not have all of the hoopla and drama that like so much anime and then like so much other animated TV show or even live action TV shows,
especially like
come with a relationship.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh,
nice.
Man. But yeah, everybody was freaking out about the Rose and Julika kiss, but we don't mention the fact that Kim
wants Chloe.
Well, I mean, Kim and Max.
Oh, that's
Max
right.
totally kissed Kim, but we're gonna forget about that part.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I'm just like, well, I mean, they nobody like got on that. Like, we're like really jumping on that. We're like, y'all, Kim and Max kissed too. Like,
well,
did we miss that part?
Outside of like Adrienne and Nino being like my ultimate bro-ship, because they're the ultimate bro-ship. Kim and Max are like the second.
Oh yeah, they bros.
They bros, and I love it. Best friends.
Yeah.
It like defies that stereotype that Alex is like this big athletic guy,
Right.
and he's
Max is
and like this small kind of nerdy guy, and can like actually create artificial intelligence, and they're gonna be best friends.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, Miss Bustier, too pure for this world.
She is. She just wanted to protect Marinette, and she got hypnotized.
Yep. She's like, no, stay away from my student. You see, it's just like, oh.
Oh.
Where was that?
The whole school.
Where was that butterfly gonna fly to?
You see, and that's the chalk one. Right now, Marinette and Chloe, they're tied.
Yeah.
Because that's totally a Marinette.
That's a Marinette moment.
Because it's coming for Marinette. It's not coming for Chloe.
Right.
It's coming for Marinette.
Marinette had a lot of times where she was going to get akumatized, but then calmed her act down, felt better.
Yeah.
It happened a lot in season 1, where she was just like, and then like butterflies starting to go, and then it's like, no. It's like, okay, I gotta go back.
No, the butterfly flies away. No, and I like, which I find is really awesome that Christina V voices Marinette, because Christina is very open with the fact that she is an anxious person. And then you have Marinette, who's an anxious young woman. And I find that's really beautiful.
Yeah. Nicely said, Hannah. Yeah, Christina does such a beautiful job.
I love her.
She seems like the nicest person.
She really is.
Yeah.
She cares a lot. She's excited to play. Like, she's genuinely excited to play Marinette and Ladybug. Like, she looks forward to doing it. She does her homework before she comes in. She knows exactly how to play all the action sequences, to play all the romantic moments, to play all the awkward little Marinette moments. She's just great.
I just love Christina.
She's going to take up baking so that she's going to get more into the making macaroons.
Really get deep into that character.
She's gonna live in France for a while.
That's right. Hannah, here's my beard hair. You want it?
I might have to pass. I just grossed Josh out with the foot
Oh my
problem.
gosh. She snapped her toenail off, man. It was gross.
Well, Hannah, it needed to be done. Am I right?
Yes. It feels so much better now.
Yeah.
And then we come to episode 4, which is the Breaker of Ships episode, Frozer.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Breaking ships, breaking down walls.
Oh.
Well, we already have Luca introduced in part 1.
And same thing with Kagami.
And the same thing with Kagami.
Yep.
And it's funny, here's something that's not fair. Kagami gets introduced, and everyone hates Kagami.
And everybody loves Luca. Yeah.
And
I
Luca
hate that.
And everybody loves Luca. It's just not equal and it's not fair, but I also love every part of it.
See, I hated Luca,
Why?
but I loved Kagami.
Because she was ruining a ship. He was ruining a ship. That's why Hanna hated him.
But he didn't know that. I mean, he's just basically isolated on his boat.
Just playing his guitar.
I don't know. He's like a college student too, man. And she's like in middle school. Actually, I have no idea how old he is.
Jagged Stone, he just... it's like, well, he says it really well. It's like, Marinette is just so cool. How can you not? How can you not?
He does
Yeah.
like Marinette. Marinette is cool, guys.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So no, this episode, I actually really liked this episode. I knew, like, the story about how they were trying to, like, get over the love shape that exists in this show. And I go, oh, they're just gonna go back to liking each other by the end of it, and all will be cool.
And it happens.
And it happened.
I do like that Luca kind of like ties Marinette's skates.
Yeah.
And then Adrienne like waddles on over. and,
Yep.
and- yeah, it's just like, okay, fine, I'll tie yours too, Jesus, you know. I thought that was cute.
It's an adorable episode, but I like Kakami, where she says at the very end, and she's like, are you just gonna do what everyone wants you to do?
Right. Kagami is, you know, she
She's
is a
feisty.
very
She is
direct,
feisty.
a direct, feisty character.
I love her for that.
I wish she would. I hope that I want her to be part of the thing. I want her to get something.
Part of the Miraculous
I would
team?
love for her to be part of like Team Miraculous.
Yeah!
It would be awesome.
Throw in Luca, too. Extra drama.
Well, no,
Well-
see, then Marinette's or Ladybug's gonna be like, oh, hey, Snake Boy, and I don't know what.
Luca.
But if Ladybug loses her Miraculous and Kagami picks it up, puts them on her ears, and then has an episode where she becomes Ladybug.
Spoilers, everybody, for season
No,
3
spoilers,
part.
I
I'm just
just made
kidding.
it up.
I want the fanfiction now.
Oh, the fanfiction already exists.
I just made it up. It's not even a real episode.
Ezra's like, notice.
Note it. I just made it up.
Who was the who was the ice skating guy?
The professor?
The professor,
Or
yeah.
not the professor, but he's like the ice
the
skating
rink
instructor.
manager, yeah.
Yeah.
He owned the ring, the ice skating ring, but it wasn't doing great with business.
Yeah.
And the Mayor Bourgeois wanted to turn it into...
Turn it into a gym for Chloe.
That's right.
That's right.
So, inadvertent Chloe number 3.
Yes.
That's right. Inadvertent Chloe number 3. Exactly right.
Oh, man. But who was the actor? I cannot remember.
The actor himself,
Yes.
he's the same who voices Mr. Dajancourt. It's Joe Freya.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, I remember like the voice. It sounded kind of familiar.
Okay.
So I was like,
I was having like massive Yuri on Ice flashbacks through that entire episode, but like I'm still in peak fandom of Yuri on Ice. So I was like, ooh, ice skating.
Mm-hmm.
And then off of ice skating, we go to a runway show with episode 5, Style Queen.
I was wondering
Such a
how
good
long
episode.
it was going to take us to meet
Chloe's
Mama
mom.
Bourgeois. Yeah, I wondered how long it was going to take us to meet her, because she's just like this hole, you know, in Chloe's life.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is when Chloe starts to become that sympathetic character that I did not want her to
Oh yeah,
become.
Chloe's becoming the
Yeah.
sympathetic character because you hate her mom.
You hate her mom, and you're
She's
like, oh my
she
gosh.
doesn't even know her daughter's
we
name.
totally
But you guys
know why
understand,
Chloe is
you
the way
start to
she
get
is.
some insight of why Chloe is how she
Oh,
is because her
definitely.
mom treats her in such a way.
Yeah. It's like, 'cause she wants to get attention, and Chloe's one of those kids that is basically taught any attention is good attention. And now Chloe's trying
So she knows that's going to give negative attention and get attention.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but we do have a cool runway show, which is nifty.
And
which
it's the return of the pigeon hat.
which our good friend and co-host Ashley Saylor, she actually did the little Adrienne runway show cosplay.
Oh, that's right,
Yep.
she did.
No way.
Yeah, and then
Send me a picture of that.
I will. The hat that she made, I want the hat so bad. It's so cool.
Yeah. Well, and her really good friend walked around Holiday Matsuri as Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
And who's really Kurosaki cosplay. She's really cool. And I told her, it's like, you might be the one reason why I actually start to like Chloe. And she laughed. Because she's so cute as Chloe.
If you see a good cosplayer, a good cosplayer can turn your mind around for watching a series or even liking a character.
See, that's why I love going to conventions and being like, oh, what's that character? And then going up to that person, asking them questions, and then being like, yeah, I'll watch that show. And then you watch that show, and then you, like, fall in love with it. that community that you get in the fandoms, I just love. And especially with Ladybug, because so many people just like gravitate towards the show. And when you go to conventions, how many Ladybugs did we see when we went to Fort Worth?
When we were at Acon,
Yeah.
there were a ton of Ladybugs.
So many Ladybugs. And
Not a lot of Cat Noirs.
I think Ladybug makes for an excellent cosplay. It looks like it's super comfortable.
There were a lot of Vulpinas too, and there's a lot of really good Vulpina cosplay.
Well, our favorite was the breakdance.
Oh yeah, they had the breakdance Ladybug and Marinette. Those guys were the best.
Yeah, they were the best.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But this episode, I really liked this episode because there is like, it was Hawk Moth's, like you really felt like he was going to win this time. Because she was Style Queen was so fierce. And did they give the Miraculous to Chloe in this one?
She was going to, but then Marinette was clumsy and
she was going to give it to Alia, and then she lost it. That's right, because she gets like hit. And
it falls down the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. So she loses the Miraculous, and then her and Tiki have the panic moment at the end.
Right.
But I really liked it because for a while in this episode, you genuinely felt like
there's a lot of
Hawkmoth gonna do it.
Well, there's a lot of times this season where you're like, Hawkmoth is getting closer and closer and closer.
So
he
close.
just needs that one extra thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like what? The next episode, Gabriel like says, "I'm done."
Next episode is Troublemaker. It's the one where a rock star is scheduled to visit the bakery. It's the one where
the assistant.
His assistant, yes.
The assistant, that's right.
What's the synopsis you have on Troublemaker?
A rock star is scheduled to visit the bakery owned by Marinette's parents, but his overwhelmed personal assistant is akumatized by Hawkmoth.
You get to see Sabine do some really awesome, like, kung fu karate moves. I was like, yeah, Sabine.
Oh, yes. Sabine knows her moves. I liked how this episode had Jagged Stone on a reality show.
Yes, and
how reality shows sort of push the comfort level of certain families' privacy.
Mm-hmm. So it's very much like Ezra's reality show.
No, I love the bit where they go into Marinette's room.
Oh yeah, and Jagged Stone starts looking around at everything, and he sees all the pictures of Adrienne.
Mm-hmm. And then Adrienne's just watching, just sitting there like, oh man, she's such a great friend.
And I go, you little oblivious little boy.
He's just like, wow, Adrienne must really like pictures of blondes.
Like, oh, Adrienne, you sweet little butterfly.
Oh man.
I love that episode so much because
and you really feel for his assistant, whose name escapes me.
Oh, snap. Right.
We're all like drawing blanks.
I got this, guys. I got this. Don't worry.
Penny.
That's right.
Yeah, and I've always liked her. Like, when we did our first episode together, we listed off our main characters, and like Jagged Stone was like one of my honorable mentions. And because I always love a good British rock star, and and I always liked Penny because she's always there with the pet.
Yeah.
Poetic Angel 86 on Unlocked says, my favorite episode is Troublemaker from part 2. The end scene made me cry.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It was. Oof. See, you know what we need in season 3 or season 4, where Marinette has to design the wedding invitations for Jagged Stone and Penny. That's what I'm waiting for.
Is that the new ship?
Oh, well, that's like not even a ship. That's just a thing. We'll just consider that canon.
That's just canon. Penny will do anything for Jagged Stone. It's almost like how Natalie will do anything for Hawkmoth.
Very similar, yes. Very similar.
Would we rather see Hawkmoth reunited with his wife, or would we rather see Hawkmoth get back or get together with Natalie?
Hawkmoth and Natalie.
I think
that's what I want to
see. It'd be interesting if Mama Agreste came back.
What if she comes back after Hawkmoth and Natalie hook up?
See, Ezra's just trying to make this into some weird animes, right? He's making this like as the Parisians turn, you know.
No, I don't know, because I have so many theories running through my head at this point because of this season 2, part 2, that I'm like, I don't even know what I want to happen in the next season at this point, because...
Why would anybody want to know? Nobody should know. It's all great surprises, right?
Right, and I think that's what's been really great about this part, because I kind of didn't see Hawkmoth kind of throwing in the towel.
No, Hawkmoth comes close to thinking about throwing in the towel, but he never does.
Yeah, it's like I didn't see that like coming. Is that him being like, I'm done? And then the other
I've done
Miraculous
everything that I
appears.
could. What else could I do? I keep being defeated. I should just give up.
Right. And I didn't expect that this season, and it was like, oh, okay. And then almost like immediately later, Chloe does her thing, and he's like, I'm not done. I have more to do. There's more Miraculouses.
On Unlocked, Lil Lost Lenore says, in terms of who he should get to with Natalie or his wife, says, that's a hard one, but I choose Hawkmoth to get back with Adrienne's mom. That way Adrienne could have his mother back. Which is an excellent point.
But Adrienne can marry Marinette, and then he has Tom and Sabine, who's the best.
I know, but
in the
he
show.
still wants his mother.
Yeah, I know, but
in
okay, yeah, forget about it. You're right, Josh.
Hey,
Josh,
Ezra, real quick, check your Instagram.
Okay, so
I can't. I'm unlocked.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, wait.
No, you're gonna have to wait. Sorry.
So, like in Dream Boy.
When Sandboy.
Sandboy, sorry.
Because when he checks in, the nightmares can begin.
Okay.
That's right.
Well...
Sandboy just checked in. Nightmares can begin.
It's great because I've said that like 17 times. That's the only thing from season 2 that got stuck in my head. Which is
nightmare is being in a cage. And he doesn't yell for his father first. He yells for Natalie first.
Yep.
And for me, that's significant because
he thinks Natalie's more of a mother for him?
Yes. She's the one that's usually there. Gabriel is not. Like,
right.
Does the bodyguard have a name?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that picture. Look at that hat. Thanks, Josh.
It's bodyguard.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't it great?
That's a beautiful, great cosplayer.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Happy birthday, Ashley!
Thank you. Look at that Ashley playing Runway Adrienne.
Yep.
Pretty grand. Okay, back to where we were.
Yeah.
All right, so what episode were we talking about?
Well, we just finished Troublemaker.
Okay, Troublemaker.
So then we go from Troublemaker to Queen Wasp. So part 2.
Yeah, okay. Part 2, Queen Wasp.
I like how there was a gap. I like how there was a gap because we had part 1 of the Queen's Battle and then part 2 of the Queen's Battle, which is not like Boom Boom. I like there was a gap in between.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
And you're like, oh, wait, this again. Oh, yeah, great.
But yeah, let's get back to like really like difficult baddies.
And
right.
I did like how Chloe like totally pulls a Tony Stark in this. She's like, I am Queen Bee.
Well,
you know?
If you look at
like
Chloe,
literally during a press conference.
Well, like my younger brother would like come in as I was watching it because he kind of did that through season 1 and season 2, part 1. And he came in on that episode. He goes, "Oh, because she's that kind of character that just wouldn't be able to keep it to herself." I go, "Exactly." So this is like perfect.
He knows. Not only that, she's bragging and she's boasting, but she doesn't have the skills yet. This was very much a Peter Parker just gets stung type of an episode.
Yes.
Very much so.
Like really kind of trying to learn the ropes.
Trying to figure it out is always great. And then, of course, needing the help of Ladybug once again to show her how it's done.
And it is very much like Spider-Man 2 because we go to the subway and she has to try and stop the subway. And it's like, that happened in Spider-Man 2.
So many like superhero like film.
Yeah, like almost like
reference.
Cliches.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that would be perfect for Chloe though.
Exactly.
That she would feed into the cliches of what a superhero does.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't try to like blow up the Eiffel Tower and like stop it at the last second.
Well, it was also it's a nice finally moment because now we got to see not only did we get to see her transform into Queen Bee, but we also got to meet a new Kwame.
Yes!
We did, yes.
And it was really great to meet Pollen.
I love that's what it's named.
Oh, Pollen's adorable.
And she's like, "Hello,
Adorable.
my queen."
Yeah, Cassandra Lee Morris,
Yeah.
doing just a fabulous job.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the cutest cute voices.
It's just every time I see Pollen, it'd be like, "Hello, my queen." I go, "Okay, that is adorable. I want a plushie that when you squeeze its stomach, that's what it says."
Because guess what? No matter who gets that miraculous, that person is Pollen's queen.
Yes. Well, it's like
Which is
Waz and
Wade?
Nino doing like
Weisz.
the Waze and Nino doing the complicated like hand bumps.
That was cute.
Yeah.
It was like pop, 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 pop,
And you're like,
pop, pop.
yeah.
They know each other. They're buds.
Oh, man. And then, so that was a really good episode. I liked it. I thought it was still weird that nobody's catching on to the fact that whenever Cat Noir's not there, Adrienne is, like, in danger. But whenever Adrienne is nowhere to be seen, Cat Noir shows up.
Well, I have a few things to say about that in an episode coming up, so...
Oh, yeah,
Well, yes, whenever Cat Noir is around, things are so bad that nobody cares about Adrienne's whereabouts.
Yeah, this is
We're
true.
concerned about help us from total destruction. The city is underwater. There's a giant gorilla around. Someone help.
Nah.
And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, we should check on Adrienne. Is he okay?"
Like, where's Adrienne? Does anybody know where Adrienne is?
Yeah, his dad won't let him out of the house. They know that he's got a very overprotective father, so they know that he's kind of like trapped in his house, has to play piano, has to go to a photo shoot. Like, he's got other things going on. He's not just your normal, I can socialize teenager.
He practiced rock climbing on that wall he has in his bedroom.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I would have a wall in my bedroom, too.
I'm waiting for Nino to just jump on that one episode and play around a little bit.
Like, the whole class just, like, hanging out in Adrienne's room.
They could all fit.
They could all fit
It would be
there just
amazing. It
fine.
would be super cool.
Yeah.
All right, Joshua.
And then we have our next episode where we meet Reverser, where we meet one of my favorite new characters from this season, Mark, played by the super talented Kyle McCarley.
Yep.
I love
Kyle McCarley, another voice actor I've been wanting to get on the show for a long time. When I saw how sensitive the character of Mark is, I wanted to find someone who would play him with truth and sincerity. And I also know that the character of Mark, I think is just a beautiful character because he is very open about his feelings. And he is a writer, and he's a fan fiction writer, and he's just a character that I feel like a lot of fans can identify with.
He stole my heart as very, like, because when I write, I get very nervous about anybody looking at what I write. And
Oh my God, very vulnerable.
yeah, it's like my soul is on the papers, so I don't want anybody to see it. And
Right.
so when I saw this episode, and this is actually like the clip where she like runs up to him when he's sitting underneath the stairs at the school. It's one of the few clips I let myself watch before watching the new season. And I was like, who is this character? Because I love him already.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's going to get akumatized. And then it's the scene where they go into the art room, and then him and Nathaniel, I go, oh, new ship. It's a new ship for Hanna Elledge right here.
It's only a new ship if Nathaniel is open to it.
Yes, because Nathaniel got a little burned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indirect Marinette number 2.
Yes. And
It's
like,
true because it's not Marinette, it's Ladybug. Oh no, it's Marinette.
It's Marinette because she gives Nathaniel the.
Yep.
but it's not like she
It's
did
Marinette.
it.
It's
Like
Marinette.
Oh no, she didn't
it's
do
like
it out of malice or
yeah,
anything.
That's the difference between like Marinette's related akumatizations is because Marinette doesn't do any of these things out of like ill will. She just wants because she knows Mark and Nathaniel would work really well together and make something really beautiful and really special. So she's like trying to go about it in her own way, and it just kind of blows up.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pause just to say goodbye to everybody on Unlocked as my
Sure.
battery is slowly fading. So bye, guys. I'm going to jump off now and continue with my interview. But thank you so much for watching and participating. And I'll be back soon, and we'll get to hang out. Maybe we'll watch an episode together.
Ooh.
Of Miraculous Ladybug Season 2, Part 2. Because I haven't seen all of them on Netflix yet. So maybe we'll watch an episode together later tonight. All right, bye. All right, all gone.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then we have another fun episode. Well, I liked Mark's, his whole...
I loved his outfit.
His outfit was cool. And then when he got akumatized, he had another outfit.
Yeah.
It was very, original series Star Trek.
Yeah, I was like, I really want to see that as a cosplay. Like, someone tried to execute that in real life, because I just thought that looked... the whole reverser looked
It looked really cool.
And then Marinette not being able to walk.
Yep.
And Cat Noir just being scared of everything.
I loved that too in this season, because it's like they're more affected by the powers of the Akumas.
Mm-hmm. Whereas
Right.
normally nothing happens
Like
to them.
they can dodge and they don't get hit, and the people around them get affected, but not them. But this season very much shows that they're not perfect. They're still kids trying to play superheroes, and they get hit by these Akumas and then have to deal with the fact that now Marinette can't walk in a straight line as Ladybug. Is that Alex? And is it Kim and Alex who help him out at the
It's
very
just
end?
Alex.
Is it just Alex who
Yep.
helps Ladybug? Yeah.
Alex and Nathaniel's there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I really
Because they're trying to
liked-
keep Nathaniel safe, and Alex is like the best bro ever, and she's like, nah, if Nathaniel's going anywhere, I'm going too. And I'm like, girl.
She's got her friend's back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Marinette's sweet about it. Alex is kind of aggressive about it.
She's like, no, I'm going. Because he can't stand, and you're like a fumble. You're like my friend Marinette.
She's like, yeah, it's like, we're going to help you out. And Alex, we love you so much.
I know it.
I wish there would be more stuff with her. She kind of is just like there as like almost like background a lot of the times. I wish they
Yeah.
would do a little bit more with her character.
Well-
Which I mean, I thought what they did with Kim too, because like Kim got nothing last season or the last couple seasons, and then this season he expanded. He expands
he
a
gets
little
a few
bit
more really shining moments.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll continue to do that. Maybe there'll be an episode or two where Alex gets these really nice moments.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Then we go episode 9, Anansi, where we meet.
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Alia's little sister. No, sorry, her big sister. Her big sister.
Older sister.
Her older sister, Nora.
Right. I loved her so much.
I was going to say, we already met Alia's little sisters.
twins!
The little Zappities.
No, I loved...
Oh, those Sappies were a pain in the butt, weren't they?
They were
But that
amazing.
was such a good episode. The original one with them. That was such a good
Yeah.
episode. So we got to see Rena Rouge.
Good old Rena Rouge.
Rena Rouge. No, and I loved getting to see Carapace. I almost said Captain Turtle, because that's kind of what
It's Captain Turtle, bro.
Marinette called him at the beginning. But I loved...
Well, it's so funny because Carapace, when he comes out, he just wears a hoodie.
Yeah.
You know.
And he has darker rimmed glasses, but Nino already wears glasses. It's almost like he's wearing goggles.
Yeah. It's this is
So-
the episode that I love, because when he goes up to Alia at the end to save her,
He's like, I'm here to save you, dude.
she got this look on her face. It's like, that's Nino. I go, you can tell who Nino is.
Right.
But your
And you know what?
Friend.
Alia's like this. I see it's you, Nino.
Yeah, it's I know, but I'm not going to say anything, because you're supposed to be in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
But she can't
Right.
tell who her best friend is.
Literally exact
Right.
same hair. Well, and then there's Adrienne, who's just, as Cat Noir, she's got messier hair. And
And
that's the
says
only
maybe
difference.
a few more puns.
Yeah.
A few more puns.
We need Adrienne to say more
Just a
puns.
few,
more
just a
puns?
few more.
He only does like a couple puns.
Just a couple.
Just a couple puns.
Right.
We need more puns from Adrienne.
Maybe they're trying to limit.
No, we try to always add more puns to Adrienne whenever we can.
Of course. Puns are the best thing ever.
There is a new line that we added in a new episode
Is it Meow Lady? Because it should be.
that was not in the script, and I cannot wait to tell people what it is if it airs, but I can't mention it now.
Of course.
It is a joke.
I'm so
It is
excited.
funny, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm so excited.
Is it Meow Lady? Because it should be.
Meow Lady?
Meow Lady. I'm telling you, Meow Lady would work so good.
I hate it. We'll put it in there.
Exactly. I know it's awful, but I just want to hear Bryce say Meow Lady. You know.
Put
Maybe
on
we'll
the script
do
and,
that.
like, this is from Josh.
It'd be like, I don't want to read it.
And he'll be like, all right, I'll do it for him.
But no, and this is another one where, like, in Anansi, they're losing. They are losing.
Hardcore.
You're adding an extra syllable in there.
Is it not Anansi?
It's Anansi. I thought you were saying Anansi.
Oh, no, just Anansi. There may be some lag with the Skype.
Ah.
No, I really liked her, like, her design, too.
And you can see where she's coming from, too. She's like, she's an overprotective sister, but she's like, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in Paris. It's not safe.
Yeah, and she's got younger siblings, and she wants to make sure those younger siblings are safe. You know?
And she's very, very strong. And she's beat Cat Noir. Ladybug's kind of like on the run.
Yeah.
She's basically winning, and then, you know, Carapace comes in. Carapace.
Right. Let me ask you this one. Do you know who Anansi is?
I know it's African folklore.
That's exactly right,
Yeah.
Josh. You got it.
It's a
Anansi
fairy
is a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker, wise guy spider.
He's also a
From
character
African
in
folk.
American Gods, but that's another story.
Oh, that's another story.
No, I love the stories because it's like he gets into all these troubles, and it's like African fables. That's what they are. They're the African
Right.
fables.
They do a good job of, like, doing a lot of, like, fable-y type stuff in here.
With,
Stuff from, like,
Ondine,
mythos
like
and everything.
Ondine earlier, and like how she becomes a siren. It's
And
like,
then, like, with the Zapadies and everything like that. Yeah. They did a lot of really cool stuff. And it's
Very good cross-cultural folklore. I
very
think
much
it's
so.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, because we live in a world where it's like you don't like live in one place, and that's
Oh,
all you experience. Excuse me, bless you.
Sorry.
Hey, no, it's 'tis the season. So, I know, I think that's really reminiscent though of the world that we get to live in, because it's like we don't just like live in Oklahoma and we sound like Oklahomans because that's all we hear and all we see. We live in a digital age where I can hop on the internet and talk to someone.
Yeah, I watched
in, like,
a lot
Europe.
of I watched a lot of BBC America growing up. So there's no Okie accent.
It's like, so we have like the really awesome chance to like hear stories and like talk to people across the world and get to know people instead of just like know what's going on in our community. So it's like we know all these stories, so it's really nice to see a show that kind of embraces all the stories from around the world, because I think it's important that we know these stories from around the world. And I think that's what's so cool about anime coming to America, so you can really like fully experience other cultures.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's also one of the things that makes it a little bit complicated for anime to reach across to an American culture, is they feel like, I don't get all of it. I have to give it some thought, and I maybe have to care a little bit to understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, you have to care in the first place about the stories.
Well, and that's what they did with a lot of, like, when they were first bringing a lot of stuff over, like a lot of 4Kids and stuff like that, where they would, like, Pokemon's a fantastic example, where it's a rice ball, and it's clearly a rice ball, but in Pokemon it's a jelly donut.
Right.
And like, he's in like
Sailor Moon too, where we have.
Oh gosh, Molly had a Boston accent, and you're like, this takes place in Tokyo. I know that character does not have a Boston accent. Or like, there's a scene in Dragon Ball Z where he calls a rice ball a hot dog.
You know, delicious hot dogs.
And you're like,
just call it a rice ball.
It's like, it's a rice ball, and then we can figure out what that is later.
Yeah, well, which, I mean, that's a lot of, like, 1995, 1996, but now you wouldn't dare do that.
Oh, no.
Like, in 95 and 96, this would not have, Miraculous Ladybug would have taken place in New York. It would not have been in Paris.
Yeah, it would have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alia would not have had the name Alia. It would be, like, Renee.
Oh, it's like...
Nino wouldn't be Nino. It would be, like, Nate.
Oh, well, and it wouldn't be Adrienne of Grest.
Oh, no. His name would be like...
Adrienne Andrews.
Oh, I like how you think his name would be Adrienne. It would be like Adam or Andrew.
It's like my poor, like, Sailor Moon cast. you know? And, but no, it's like one thing I'm really grateful for now is that we're just like, this is like how the story's told. We're just going to tell it in English, but we're going to try to keep true to the original source material as humanly possible because of translations. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to be as close as we humanly can.
And speaking of Megalobox, KG is on Unlocked right now.
Oh, is he streaming?
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh, you better go watch him. I get it.
Ezra, we're going to take like a 20-minute break. I'm going to talk to KG.
Fine, bye.
Then we have episode 10. We have Maledictator.
I was wondering how long it was going to take
for Papa. He
lasted
a good long time before Mayor
did.
Bourgeois got
Yeah,
akumatized.
he did.
Yeah, well, again, this one is Chloe's fault.
Yeah, Chloe
Yeah.
and her mom. Yeah, we'll throw both of them in there.
Yeah.
It's a bothy.
Yeah.
How would anybody, like, get out of a situation with the two of them with their sanity intact?
Well, here's the thing, like, he has a lot of self-control because he should have been akumatized a long time ago. I mean,
Season
living
1,
with
part,
Chloe.
like, Season 1, Episode 1.
Exactly. He should have been like, Chloe Bourgeois is my
First
daughter.
time you see
A butterfly comes in right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a really good episode, and I don't know. I think a lot about this episode just because you're like, yeah, it is your fault, you know. And then she does have to.
Yeah, she like apologizes.
She does apologize.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Which Chloe apologizing again is another theme of this season, where it's like, yeah, Chloe's sorry for being Chloe.
yeah.
You know.
And then she like explains why, and I go, she's like, I just want my mom to like me.
Mm-hmm.
I go, that stinks that you've got to like fight for your mother's attention.
Mm-hmm. And we have a good.
I think that's relatable. People feel that way.
Mm-hmm. And we have a good part with Cat Noir where he's like, he doesn't want to give Chloe the Miraculous.
Oh,
he's
that's
just kind of
right.
like, I don't think I should give it to you.
You shouldn't. She doesn't deserve it.
doesn't
And then
deserve
she's
pollen,
like,
it's
and then she's
adorableness.
like, but I really just want to save my dad, type of thing. And he's like, okay, fine.
He gets that.
Mm-hmm.
He gets that.
Exactly. Which is nice. Which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bits in this season where Cat Noir, I don't know, isn't like super likable.
Huh.
They make Adrienne more likable than Cat Noir this season.
Well, this
Because, I
is-
mean, Cat Noir is jealous a lot.
Well, this
He
is-
gets jealous a lot this season.
This is also something that we've talked about quite a bit, you know, how we feel like we like Marinette, but sometimes Ladybug is a little rude
Mm-hmm.
or a little short with Cat. And then we come to this season, and I really liked Ladybug.
Yeah, this part,
You know?
I was like, I'm digging Ladybug.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of refreshing to see that they're not writing them the exact same still, that they're changing up like how they're writing and approaching the characters. They're experimenting with stories. I dig it because
Yes.
it gets a little boring when the characters stay the exact same.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, oh no, they are definitely not keeping the show exciting. It is not boring at all. Even if it's just a couple elements within one episode,
Yeah.
sometimes it's a total like. I mean, we're familiar with what the format is gonna kind of be like, but they still put lots of twists and turns in there, which is making it always very exciting to watch.
Yeah. And another reason that I really like this episode, we got to the point where Ladybug and Cat Noir, they were on the ropes again. Again, going with our theme, it was like, they're on the ropes.
Yeah.
Like, it's coming like down to a last-ditch effort in order for
Yeah.
them to try and win.
And I like that
Yeah.
Because Cat Noir's been taken over, now he's just a kitty, you know?
I've forgotten all about that, and he follows the laser
Follows the
pointer.
laser pointer.
Yeah,
Follows the laser
hilarious.
Poor Cat.
I also liked going back to that Anansi episode. I liked how vulnerable he was when he was caught in the web.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, milady?
He's like, I need some help.
Send help, please.
Yep.
And then we have probably one of the funnier episodes of this season, if not creepy episodes, episode 11, Sandboy, where the Sandboy just checks in. You know,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Marinette,
is.
I'm in love with Chloe.
Oh, man.
And we're gonna
Gonna
name
name
a
the-
hamster Marinette.
That was great.
Hamster. Here's the thing that was kind of interesting about that episode is we don't see who Sandboy is before he gets akumatized.
I liked that.
Yeah, he's just like, it just like pops. And you're just like...
It's just like 12 minutes into the episode, all of a sudden this floating boy is akumatized, which is great, which means, we don't always need to be following a character to know that there's trouble, because there's probably trouble popping up all over Paris.
Right. And
What happened to Sandboy that Hawkmoth akumatized him? Like, that whole sort of part of the predicted story was completely removed, and we just jumped right to it because we wanted to focus on some other things.
The Kwamis.
Right? On those Kwamis. The Kwami party.
Oh god, they sing.
They sing.
We get to see all the new little Kwamis.
I want
Well,
the
it's more
snake.
than just, we have Sarah and Jacob are Kwamis in that miraculous box. They're lending some
that's awesome.
voice to that. Yeah.
Great, that's awesome.
Which one's Sarah and which one's Jacob?
I think Sarah's the goat.
Is Jacob the horse? Oh no, wait,
don't-
the horse was a girl. Dang.
Yeah.
I like that horse. That horse looks cute.
Yeah.
Man.
No,
Well-
like I'm ready for a toy line.
Of just Kwamis.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll be like those LOL toys where you just don't know what's inside, but it's
Right.
just different
It's just a
Kwamis.
Kwami.
All of them.
It's very, and I love how it's all Zodiac too. It's like it's awesome.
Yes, it's like the grid that they're like when they go to their places and they start singing. I love stuff like that, but
I'm waiting for the dragon Kwami.
Yeah, I really dig like the mythology behind this show, and like I love this episode because we get so much more of it. Because it's so much more of it. It's like, like it's his birthday. So we can talk to him, and how do we talk to him? And then you sing, and then it forges the connection. But you have to go into the box, and you can't talk to the Kwamis while they're in the box. They go, someone's gonna get kumatized, and I love the direction and how this episode was like plotted out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have some.
So I also like the fact that we have Nuru trapped with a bad guy that he needs. They don't have any rescue plan for it, but they just sort of lay it out there like, oh, we got to get him back someday. But he's with his miraculous holder, and that's what happens.
You just want to like pet his head and be like, it's gonna
Poor
be
little
okay.
He's like, but
Oh,
Master,
so
I wanted to go on my birthday. It was very sad.
So sweet. Do you know who voices Nuru?
I do not.
His name is Ben Diskin.
Oh, it is Ben. Okay.
Oh, okay.
See, I wouldn't even think that was Ben Diskin because I know Ben from a bunch of other stuff, but
Right.
I wouldn't even have guessed that it was Ben Diskin.
Oh, that's him, all right. You listen again.
Now I'll have to listen. Well,
Yes.
it's the same thing with Max as Plague.
Ben
It's like
Max?
I hardly ever notice that that's Max.
Right.
Favorite
Oh,
character.
you mean Max Middleman?
Exactly. Yeah, so it's one of those like I'll hear it like when I found that it was Max, I was like, oh, so now I can kind of catch it.
Yeah.
But like with most of his normal stuff, I'm just like I do not hear it, and yeah, that's how you know you've got a good voice actor on your hands.
When you can't
Hey,
tell who
Max.
it
You
is.
can't tell him. Yeah.
Hmm?
All right, so what's the next episode after?
Well, I mean, we were missing the most pivotal scene in this episode, where Adrienne legitimately thinks that Plague got turned into a sock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
but
it's amazing.
But it's his fear that he's going to be all alone.
Oh no, yeah, we dive deep into it, but like she's like, Plague, you've been turned into a sock, and you're like, oh,
And like,
poor Adrienne.
and then you have Marinette who just like legitimately knows what's going on.
Yeah,
with
she's
Tiki.
like, it's like, did you sneak out from your master? It's like, no, I just straight up told him. She's like, oh, okay, well, bye, sweet pea. You know.
But I love that there was like more of like Plague talking to Marinette in this season, and like actually seeing how powerful Plague really is.
I want Tiki to go visit Adrienne too, because Plague's visited Marinette, but I want Tiki to go visit Adrienne.
Yeah, because something's
So he would
happened
just be
to
like,
Marinette.
"You're Ladybug's Kwame. You're so cute." And he like he would give her like all the cookies.
all the cookies. Oh, no.
Well, this is the only episode where Tiki and Plag talk to each other.
Is it?
It's the only scene they have. Yes.
Oh, because what does he call her?
Buttercup.
Oh, God.
Is it Buttercup?
It's like, okay, Buttercup.
Or Sweet Pea, or
I think
Sweet
it's
Pea or
like
Buttercup or something like that.
Sweet
Sugar
Pea.
Cubes?
Oh, no, it's Sugar Cubes. He calls it, hi, Sugar Cubes. I told you not to call me that.
Right.
It's like, okay, Sugar Cubes.
Not nice. If somebody says don't do it, don't do it.
Exactly.
Respect.
But it's a
But it's
little
still
cat Kwame saying
Mhm.
it, so it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
But you're like,
It's true.
Oh, man. Ugh. Then we get to the season finale part, like
Yes.
2-part episode, which Ezra has some feelings on.
I
we'll,
do.
We'll get to
Are they?
we'll get to that. But yeah, we have Catalyst Heroes Day, and Mayura Heroes Day. So part 1 and part 2 of
Yeah.
Heroes Day.
Oh my gosh. That is such a big episode.
Mm-hmm.
We had to call back everybody because they were all the villains. So they all had to come back. And we had such an enormous schedule the week to do that. Because everybody needed to come back, even if it was just for a small line or two.
Just for an oof.
I can't even.
Just for a little effort.
I can't even imagine what trying to do that kind of coordination.
That was a lot of people going to Dubbing Brothers at one time.
There were. We had a lot of people. People were recording in like 15-minute increments.
Oh, whoa.
I know, it's pretty crazy, but we needed to get it done. We had a tight deadline for it, obviously, because it needed to. I think we were recording that one in the very beginning of October,
Okay.
right? So that had to happen, and it needed to air in other English-speaking territories, and then it goes on to Netflix. So that's why people were like showing little spoilers of all of the season episodes, because it airs elsewhere before it's all done airing and then gets put on Netflix here.
That's why I was avoiding all Miraculous Ladybug tags on all forms of social media. 'Cause
Well, it's hard.
Not me. I go right to it.
See, I do the same thing, and I'll send little bits to stuff to Hannah
I'd be like,
and
I
Ashley,
told
and they'll
you
hate
I
me,
don't
and
want
I
it.
love it.
Hannah's like, no, don't show me that.
Well, see, you say that, but then I'll be like, hey, Hannah, guess what happened? And they'll just be like, this, and I'll just like send a picture and be
Like,
like, do you
I
want to
hate
know what
you.
else happens? And then she'll be like, okay, and then
I'd
I'll
be like,
send it.
no.
That's how you do it. That's
No.
how you get them.
How you do it?
And then I just like delete the text message before I see it because
You don't want to look. Don't want to look.
I don't want to look. I don't want anything ruined.
Oh man, but yeah, we have the return of oh my gosh, I forgot her name, Lila. We have the return of
Right.
Lila. She comes back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's third favorite villain behind Chloe and Hawkmoth.
Volpina.
Fall peanut.
Not Rena Rouge, Volpina.
Good
I
old
was
Volpina.
very curious as to when we were going to see her again. Because when we saw her in season 1,
Season 3, episode 1.
she was like,
Spoilers.
well, she was like, she, after most people get akumatized, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just got so angry or I just got so frustrated. No, when,
When she comes back, she's like
I still hate you.
flips,
She's like,
basically like flips Ladybug off and is like, I'm out, and like leaves.
yeah, and you're like, okay.
Well, because she was never really authentic.
Yeah.
It was never authentic.
Yeah, so it's like when she left, I go, okay, so we'll be seeing her again.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I like how we have this group of heroes that are being built up, and
Yeah.
now we also have a group of villains
Like a
that
villain
are being
team.
grouped
Oh,
up.
boy,
'Cause,
yeah.
I mean, all Hawkmoth has to do is just be like, hey, Lila, I'm going to use you for like 10 minutes. I just want you to, make it look like Ladybug kills Cat Noir, and then go.
she'd
And
be
then they
like,
do
Yep.
that,
Okay.
and you're like, okay, cool. And she's like, okay, bye. And then she's like, oh, text me later,
She's like, I need to use you again. She's like, what do you need me to do?
It's like, I'll do it.
Yeah, well, do we have anyone else? There are no other characters kind of at all like Lila who can sort of do whatever Hawkmoth wants her to. And she'll be like, yeah, do it.
I don't think so.
There are none.
No, just
No,
Lila.
I think it's just I think it's just her.
We need to get another character to come in.
Yeah.
We need another evil character. It's Luca.
Yes, we do.
It's Luca.
That's what Luca's for.
It's Luca there. All that teenage angst.
All that teenage angst. He's a musician, so he's a starving artist. He's got the angst.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Josh and Hannah. Do you follow the voice actor who voices Luca at all on Instagram?
I do not.
Okay, because he is also a performer who is currently performing Grinchmas at Universal Studios in Hollywood, which means he looks like, what are they called? Who live in the village? Whovians?
The Who's.
He looks like a Who.
Oh my gosh.
So like David Tennant or Christopher Eccleston.
I'm like really disappointed
No,
now that I didn't go to Universal Studios this month. And I went in October. Oh, I bet that's great. I'm gonna have to find it, but I'll look that up later.
And he also streams on Unlocked.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
He does.
Okay. No, I liked this season because I don't know. I kind of liked. We hadn't seen a lot of like people becoming akumatized again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder like how that works. Like,
well, we did see it in our big finale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like everybody comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you saw. Well, Hawkmoth has already got his Miraculous going on, and then he sort of hands it over to Natalie, and then she hands it back to Cat Noir. I'm sorry, to Crimson. No, Scarlet.
Scarlet Hawk.
Oh yeah.
Scarlet Moth.
Scarlet Moth. So good. I like that was a thing too, because they were like, how can we,
Like,
up Hawkmoth? It's like he akumatizes somebody who then akumatizes him.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, it was really smart. It was really cool.
because it's like the Ladybug and Noir have their power ups, so it's kind of almost fair
That Hawkmoth gets a power
that
up.
Hawkmoth also gets his own power ups.
Exactly.
And so I was like, are they like when are they gonna do that? Because they had the water power up and the ice power up, and I go, okay. So
Plus, we also saw there's a box of a whole bunch of other power-ups
Yeah,
that
they
we
have
don't.
tons of macaroon and cheese.
fire breathing Cat Noir.
I'm ready for it.
That'll come season 2. He's gonna eat some spicy Szechuan at the Dupan Chang's and poof.
Poof. So now it's like, so I was wondering how they were going to do that with Hawkmoth. So I found that really interesting. Was that akumatized Natalie could like soup up,
Which is cool. Yeah, I mean it's really interesting, and I hope they do it more, because I would like to see them like soup up Volpina, because that would be, because think of what Volpina can do just like that.
she'd destroy the city.
Oh
Dude.
yeah, or
Right.
make the city look like it's destroyed.
Yes.
She's powerful.
And again, we are
more-
our heroes on the ropes the entire
Yes.
entire 2-parter.
Well, because they think at one point they get ahead. And then they're like, oh no.
They're like, all right, we should get our friends, and we get our friends, and then we're like, okay, everything's great. Our friends got akumatize.
No, because I was actually sitting there, and I had the spare thought. I was like, oh, everybody in the class who doesn't get akumatized is going to get a Miraculous.
Right.
That's what I was thinking too.
You know, because they were all like, no, we can't, like, no, like, stop being afraid, you know, it'll be okay. And then the class kind of saves themselves.
But Hannah, do they all deserve their own Miraculous?
I think Alex does.
Or would we get Alex does? Yeah.
Yeah,
Or would
Alex definitely a friend.
we would give one to Miss
Oh,
Bustier.
heck yeah.
We would probably give one to Dad, to Tom.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine Sabine?
Tom and Sabine.
Oh.
I don't know,
I
maybe
don't think
Damocles,
it's
because
necessary.
Damocles just seems like a pure guy, you know?
Yeah.
Damocles is a pure guy. I don't think we should make him fight evil.
No.
No.
He just needs to keep
He just needs to be his Owlman.
and just be happy in his Owlman suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But I think it's like Alia deserves one, Alex. Can you imagine Rose? She would be Sailor Moon.
She would be.
I think
She would be a magical girl.
I think Julica would get one before Rose, because Julica's like stands up, like, because we've had super shy Julica.
Yeah, because Rose kind of like almost hides a little bit behind.
And like and
Julica.
when that Butterfly came at Julica, and everyone's like, "Hey, everybody, fight it off." She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna stare this thing down."
Stare.
And then I was surprised that Alex didn't come over and just like swap one in between her hands and be like, "Pop, kill
Not
it."
getting me.
Exactly.
Julica's already like in a constant state of being akumatized, just like real Loki.
Yeah, just
Exactly.
low-key akumatized.
It's like
Super
it's like
Loki akumatized.
her thing is like one trip to Hot Topic more, and she'll just go.
Yeah.
She's already akumatized.
No, I think some of the class, yeah, not all the whole class. Like Sabrina, no.
I think Sabrina could be fine.
Do
I
you
don't know
think
what.
Sabrina could do it?
No. I mean, if she's gonna be like Robin to Chloe's Batman, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like
So
sidekick?
one's a,
because that's what she is anyway.
what's under a bee? Like a flower.
That's
Like
already what she is.
another bee.
Another bee. A worker bee.
A worker bee.
Yeah.
A worker bee? You're right.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like so I that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, everyone not akumatized is gonna get miraculous, and it's gonna be like big team hero
And I like
team up.
how they were like, "Hey, you can choose all of these miraculous," and she's like, "I want that one, and that one." Like, there's a whole box full, and your friends are still okay. Like, you've got a bunch of friends left, and she's like, "I'll just take these 3. Bye."
We'll take
That's
the
all they
3
want.
that we've been using.
Yeah. Well, that's season 3 because then they get to increase the toy line.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what season 3 is.
I just want Kwame toys that when you press the bellies, they say their lines.
Oh yeah.
You
The
don't want one to
actors
go like,
like
"Woohoo."
too.
No.
The actors like that a lot, Hannah, because they get paid a lot of money to do that.
Yes. So, like, I would like one, like, getting a pollen one, and then it being like, hello, my queen.
I want
Amazing.
I want those toys that Adrienne was playing with because he had a
Oh.
ladybug and cat noir that he was playing with, and I'm
Yeah.
like, they should
Yeah.
have like little pull strings on the back of it, so when you like pull the ladybug,
Tiki
she'd be like,
spots on.
well, maybe not that, because then that would give it away, Hannah. You can't give
Yeah.
it away.
Give it away now.
Exactly. Oh boy. But no, we do have a cool little bit. I like how they both, both Adrienne and Marinette, like they're talking to each other on that divide of the wall
Right?
Oh, down in
in
the
the sewer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're talking to each other, and I'm like, guys, figure it out, man.
Listen. How do you not
Because
recognize
I
each
get because
other's
maybe
voices?
maybe
Listen
there's
to the voices.
maybe there's a magic with when they're
Yeah, 'cause that's what
when they're quamied up.
Yeah, because that's what happens in, like, Sailor Moon. Is like
Yeah, like
they're
there's like a almost like a something about
like
them.
the tiaras kind of like do something, and that it kind of.
But
really
when they
disguises them.
de-transform,
Yeah.
like you guys it should just be all, everybody should understand it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, doesn't happen.
No.
Oh,
Well, it's part of the magic.
like when Alia transforms, and then when Nino transforms.
It's like, Alia, Nino, I hate to do this to you, but I need you
it's
both.
Like, I know we're supposed to keep our identity secret,
But
but I
give it
need your
back to
help.
And then she should have been like, boom, I'm Marinette.
It's like,
that
hello.
would have been the reveal right
Yeah.
there. So then everybody knows which cat.
Yeah. And then
It should have been like, but you got to tell me who you are, Ladybug. That's only fair.
Yeah.
And then she would have been like, I'm not gonna give you this miraculous bye, and she runs
It's like,
away.
sorry. Then it's like, hey, aren't you surprised that? And she goes, oh, sweet Nino.
It's like, I know, sweet summer child. I've already known this for years.
And he goes, oh, you're Rena Rouge. Well, aren't you surprised that I'm Carapace? And she goes, oh, sweetie.
I was waiting for like a hand on a cheek, be like, no,
Oh.
no, I know.
I know who you were.
It's like Mama knows all,
Yeah.
But I don't know who my best friend
Exactly.
is.
Cannot recognize my best friend's voice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the biggest reveal,
Uh-oh.
where Natalie, which she's already broken our hearts once because she knows that,
Gabriel
is Hawkmoth.
And
so that was
supporting him as Hawkmoth.
yeah, that was hurtful.
Yeah.
First, and then she goes over, knows where the Peacock Miraculous is, puts that on, feathers up or whatever. I don't know what they said with that one. They should be feathers up.
I want to
Plumage
know
out.
if the Peacock Kwame belonged
To Mama?
to Mama Agrest.
Well, how else would they have it?
Yeah. So
And it is damaged, so maybe the accident that caused her to go into the Mr. Freeze coma thing.
Yeah. Hurt the Kwame. So
The cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know like those. I'm usually okay like not knowing like all the extensive details, but when they give me that nugget,
Yeah.
I want it.
And then she comes back as Mayura, and then because
so cool.
She looks so cool, and Hawkmoth is just like, oh no, this is bad.
Yes. And and he goes, you shouldn't have done it. You know it's damaged. And
she's like, but I had to do it for you. And I'm like, oh, the love.
So this is when we have the confliction of, does Mama Agrest come back and it's a happy Agrest family?
And then then Natalie becomes the villain.
Yeah. She's like, I couldn't have what I wanted, so no one can have what they want.
She becomes the ultimate Akuma.
Ultimate
Akuma.
Who knows? It's a kid's show, so we'll see.
Right.
Yeah. Now, Ezra, you had some qualms, not qualmies about this episode. You had some qualms about this episode. That was a bad joke.
That was a bad joke, Josh.
So you had some qualms about this two-parter.
Why? Yes. Not really about the episode.
Oh, yeah, not about the episode, but yeah, just how it was.
Right. How it should have been. I just felt, in my opinion, like it's such an amazing cliffhanger that we could have done something a little more brutal to all of the fans, and that is make them wait until the start of season 3 for the cliffhanger to conclude.
It would have been awesome.
I don't know. I think I would have been so frustrated.
That's the best, though.
No, it's not.
Josh, I think you're right. It feels like it's so kind to not make them wait, but I also felt like it was bang, bang, part 1, part 2 of Heroes Day with so much amazing information in there that it would have been maybe a little more fun to spread it out, like a solid cliffhanger. All of the baddies are arriving, and they're sort of, making their way to the Eiffel Tower. And then the second half of the episode is the start of season 3, which then will propel you to watch all the rest of the episodes when they air on Netflix. But let's be honest. We're all going to watch all of them anyway because they're all great.
Yes.
So it's not like we need any incentive to get things going. We're going to watch them anyway because they're all so good.
I don't need an incentive to watch the next season. So
exactly.
For me, I just would have felt so much frustration at having that cliffhanger. It's like, I'm still going to watch your show. You don't have to make me want to watch more of your show.
Exactly.
Because it's like I love this show so much. I love the characters. Just give me that little bit. Now, actually, for me, I felt like it ended really well. Because now I want to know, like, everything about the Peacock Kwame. I want to know, like, how did it get damaged? Like, there's so much information I still want to know. So for me, I felt like it ended at a good place.
Yeah,
right.
But you know me. I'm not a fan of like big tidy bows and everything. And they put a bow on the end of this season, which is fine. But yeah, I like that cliffhanger would have been so good. Just be like, 'cause,
I don't mind bows.
Man.
I don't mind bows.
Yeah, I do bags.
I mean, there's still so many things. Like, when will they kiss? When will they reveal? When will Marinette go on a date with somebody that she wants to go on a date with? Like, there's still so many things that we don't know is going to happen that some of the more significant storylines can bow up cleanly. And that way the larger story components can still stay, open-ended like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So,
I mean, look, we're also dealing with a target audience that wants things to feel somewhat satisfied, or else it might they could upset them.
We're not the target audience.
I'm sure they were not like, should we get like 30-year-old, men from Oklahoma? Is that the target? Is that the target audience?
Show, and that's who we're aiming at. No, I know we're not the target audience. So like for me, it's like the tidy bow. It's not bad because I know I'm not the target audience for the show. I still love it passionately anyway, but I know I'm not the target audience for this show.
Mm-hmm. Right. But I am.
Voice directors are the target audience
Yes.
for this show.
That's right. We're the target audience.
Like, the people working on the project have to be excited about
Exactly.
the project.
Otherwise, you know,
Bad
you're,
things
you're
happen.
not
I'm
gonna
having a hard time saying target audience over and over again. Target. It sounds like it's target audience.
target audience.
The target audience. Anyway,
So Ezra, what are you looking forward to in season 3?
That you can actually
What? Yeah,
walk
like
out.
what do you want to see as a fan of the show?
I would like to see what gets me screaming the most is the romantic moments.
Yes.
So we have a balcony scene. We have an umbrella scene. We had an amazing dancing scene at the beginning of season 3. I want to see more moments like that because I know the fans love it. And when I prepare an episode like that, I love it because I know the fans are going to love it. So all those Miraculous, I really keep in my mind when we are working on the show. I'm like, oh boy, when these Miraculous see this episode, they are going to freak out. I also always look forward to the creativity and the character design of all of the new villains.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I would like to see a little bit more, as I know other Miraculous would, a little bit more perhaps backstory of why Emile Agreste is frozen. I don't feel like there's any bow on that one, Josh.
Oh no! It's still it's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
That
feel
would be a nice 2-part like backstory episode.
Yeah.
right. I feel like season 2 did a really nice job of, just giving us a little more light on characters that are very supportive. So Damocles was a great episode to see more of him, and even Bourgeois, a little bit more of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because those are characters that were just, we know the part that they played. It was very insignificant until we got even the bodyguard for Gorizilla. We got to see, how his job is stressful and how, Gabriel puts a lot of pressure on him, and Adrienne makes his life a little complicated when he runs around, and how great to go to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I'm curious to see how they're going to build and develop all of those things because I didn't see any of that coming for season 2, so I have no idea what they're going to spring on us for season 3, but my hopes would be that there's more romantic moments between the ships that we like. And there are certain episodes that are ship specific. There's the, Marinette and Cat Noir episodes. There's the Adrienne and Marinette episodes. There's the Ladybug and Cat Noir episodes.
They completely gave up on Ladrian though. Like they were done with
That's
Ladybug
too
and
easy.
Adrienne.
That's
they
too
were
easy.
yeah they're done with those. We didn't get
rid of
any of
that
that.
It's like, give me my
Yeah.
Mary chat and I'll be happy.
The Ladrian episodes, although I like that ship very, very much, because I feel like it gives Marinette the confidence that she needs
Yeah.
in front of the boy that she crushes on, because Ladybug is Marinette, and Marinette is the same person who still has a crush on Adrienne. So when she's dressed as her superhero self, I've always enjoyed that dynamic for a ship because, oh, look at her being able to talk without messing up her words or, stammer or overspeak, and she's not clumsy. And this is an opportunity now because we see Adrienne, who has a crush on Ladybug when he's Cat Noir, and he's giving her the right kind of attention that we want Marinette to receive from him. So I always felt like that was a really sweet ship. But you're right, we didn't get enough of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get.
Maybe we'll do a lot more in season 3. Who knows?
Maybe.
We did get a kiss between Marinette and Adrienne. Did we get a kiss between Kagami and Adrienne too? Did she kiss him on the cheek?
Yes, there was a cheat.
So
But that was-
Adrienne, my boy, getting Max.
Well,
He's a model.
he's a model.
Of course he does.
Oh, I want them to do like a French drama episode where Adrienne has to kiss some, French model chick, and then like Kogami and like Marinette are both like, we must crush her.
Team up.
That
No, that'll be a fan fiction. That'll be a fan fiction episode.
fine, yes. I wouldn't mind seeing some other characters come back again that we've seen. The bit with Lila was great.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind seeing, We see more and more Jagged Stone, which is great.
Yes.
I'm ready for Luca to be...
I know that there's an episode already in season 3 that I think is genius, and you won't have to wait long once it just gets leaked on the internet, but it's genius. What they came up with for this episode is so smart. And that's all I can tell you. We just finished working it this week. And I brought in some great voice talent. There's a very, very special appearance by a character we've not seen yet.
Ooh.
It's pretty awesome.
That'll be nice. You know...
And by the way, for those people that are like trying to read into it, we already have seen Emilia Grest. So it's not like...
She's been on.
Yeah, she's
We've
been
seen her
shown
several
a few times.
This is someone we've literally never seen in the universe before, so it's pretty great.
You know who we've never seen?
Tell me.
Natalie's younger brother.
Has he talked about it all?
No, he doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. Yeah, there's no...
He exists.
Well, no, what it is that's not actually Natalie. Natalie is actually Emilia Grest, but she's been in a coma. And so when she...
Stop.
I'm trying to make it more soap opera than
Stop.
it is.
Wouldn't it be interesting if we saw that Natalie actually has a husband or is divorced?
Le gasp.
Ooh.
And her husband comes to come. They see him in Paris for whatever reason.
It's Mr.
And then Natalie is torn, and then the husband or the ex-husband gets akumatized. And then maybe he wants to take Hawkmoth's Nuru away.
See, Ezra's saying all this stuff because, like...
He knows.
He either knows or he's, like, the best troll ever.
Yeah.
It's
I'm a great troll.
It's one of the two. It's one of the two.
I would like to quote Dora the Explorer and say, I'm a grumpy old troll that lives under a bridge.
Oh, jeez.
I love it so much.
We had there was a lot of phenomenal voice acting
Yes.
this season. It was really great. Ezra, you did a great job of directing.
Thank you both.
Everyone was great. Sabrina was great.
Yes,
Max,
was.
Yeah, I heard Natalie and everything. She keeps making me fall in love with her character.
Me too.
You've loved Natalie since like the beginning.
Natalie was like my number one, and
Yeah.
then she ruined me in season 2, and I was like, Natalie, no.
What
That
have you
trust,
done?
the trust was gone. But now I'm like, she's going to be great. She's going to be great at being evil.
She is great at being evil. Sabrina does such a great job with it.
Yeah, she
I'm
does.
very, very proud of her performance. As well as her Nadia Shamok.
Yes, Nadia. Good old Nadia Shamok from,
Yep.
I don't remember the news channel.
Oh, yeah.
PNN.
I don't either.
There's just so many great moments
Mm-hmm.
in this season 2 part 2. Like, of course, you know, like Christina and Bryce are just phenomenal all the time.
Yeah.
And same
Right.
thing with Keith. Keith, it's like,
Mela got to do a spit, which was nice.
Yeah. Max is not Max. Max is of course amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Max Middleman, and Ben Diskin gets to do so many different characters, and they're all so good. And Selah Victor as Chloe is so vicious and evil.
Oh, it's amazing.
such a good voice.
That's right. And Reba Burr, who's voicing Julica and Rose, as well as Gina, who is grandmother to Marinette, the Italian grandmother.
Yeah, I like
Gina-
that she came back too. She just like popped up.
I was like, my brother goes, well, who's that? And I go, that's Grandma Dupenchang. And he goes, what? That's her grandmother? I go, yeah.
He
And
really
goes,
needs to watch-
Silver
he needs to
Fox.
watch
And then he
it all.
just leaves.
She's like Aunt May.
He needs to watch all of it.
He does. He's watched actually a lot of it with me. And he
Oh,
says,
good.
it's a fun show. And I go, you need to watch it in its entirety with me. He watched
Yes.
quite a bit with me. I think he watched most of season 2 part 1 with me when I was watching it when it got released.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I can see why you like this show so much.
Yeah, it is clear because it's such a good show. It is visually delicious.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And magically delicious.
I think the first time Josh and I talked about it, how long did I talk about the hair and the eyes?
Oh god, that's the majority. And there's a really good shot in here where we've got some really nice hair. A really good hair shot, and I'm like,
Beautiful eyes.
I was like, you know who's going to become akumatized?
Who?
Their stylist.
By how detailed their eyes and hair are. If they haven't previously been like established as like a classmate or a teacher or something. If it's someone like just out in Paris and they have really nice details with their hair and their eyes, you're like, you're gonna get kumatized.
Yeah, there'll be like random person. There'll be like random person walking by, and be like, "Nah, you're safe." And then there's a baby, and you're like, "That baby has nice eyes." Akuma.
Oh no, not the baby. Yeah,
that's how they do it.
What's Gigantitan? Gigantitan. Yeah.
Gigantitan.
Yeah. My brother watched that episode and he goes, "What are you?"
That's the best one
watch?
with Hawkmoth. He's like, that's a baby. I'm confused. How did this happen? Oh well, go with it. You know.
I didn't mean to akumatize a baby.
But you know, it happens.
I love that episode.
Sometimes just akumatize a baby.
Just akumatize a baby. And then the baby wants to play with cars.
That baby doesn't want to play with cars.
Yeah, vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom indeed.
You know who that was? Do you know who voices the baby?
Who is baby?
Guess who voiced all those great baby noises? He is somebody who's already a classmate, a cast member.
Okay.
Who
does an amazing baby voice.
I don't know.
It is Kim.
It is. I was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Who's Kim's voice actor?
Grant George, who's Kim, who's very well featured in the Siren episode, Falling in Love with Undine, which we talked about. But here he does a remarkable baby voice, and I found that out when I was directing a series that's also on Netflix called Popples, and Popples has a character called Yikes. And Grant voiced Yikes, and I was like, wow, that voice is incredible. And when it was time for our giant baby to be recorded, I'm like, Grant, I'm giving you the part of Giant Titan because you do such a great baby voice.
That's awesome.
And he had so much fun with it.
That would be like an awesome episode to be a part of because it just seemed like it was so fun. It was so fun to watch. Much less, I bet.
Yeah,
it's probably so much fun, like behind the mic, getting to do.
Oh
too.
yeah,
it was. Yeah, he did a great job. There was a lot of surprising there.
Oh man, Ezra, if you ever need, podcasters, like if there's ever an episode where there's two podcasters and they get akumatized, you just call me and Hanna, and we'll be on the first flight to LA, and we'll be there.
It might happen.
You never know.
You never know. Miraculous creative team is very current.
We'll just email, tweet Thomas. Hey Thomas, you need a podcaster episode, please.
I think you need to do this.
That's right.
Oh man. Well, before we go, this episode was brought to you by Funimation. So,
Thanks, Funimation. Thank you.
Ezra, Hanna, do you guys like anime?
Of course.
Oh yes.
In fact, if you want to listen to Ezra in an anime, head over to you're an Outlaw Star. Funimation has Outlaw Star.
That's what my brother bought me for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, I love Outlaw Star.
Where Ezra plays one of the best characters, Mr. Fred Lau.
Yeah.
Fred Lau, arms dealer extraordinaire.
Arms dealer and the best, the most effeminate arms dealer the world has ever known, and he's amazing.
When I talk about anime when I was a kid, that's one of the ones I talk to about.
You know what I think in anime that people will be talking about when they're older that they said I watched when I was a kid? Megalobox.
Yes.
Just saying.
Unfortunately, Megalobox not on Funimation.
Unfortunately.
But you can watch My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan,
Yuri on Ice.
Yuri on Ice, Tenchi Muyo. You can go back in time. Some Outlaw Stars, some Bebop, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And our good friends at Funimation are giving everybody 2 free weeks of anime. All you have to do is click on the show notes in the description, and you can you'll see the little link for free anime. Click on that. That'll get you 2 free weeks of anime, and then after that, it's only $5.99 a month, which is ridiculously inexpensive. Yeah. So if you like to listen to wonderful dub voice actors, you get that. And if you're one of those people that likes to read your anime, they have subtitles for you as well.
Yay!
Yay! I love Cowboy Bebop.
Steve Bloom's amazing.
Thank you, Funimation, for Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm. So, Ezra, when are you going to get Steve Bloom to come voice a character in Miraculous?
Oh gosh.
I'd have a hard time.
If there was going to be one, wouldn't it be great if we had a Steve Bloom and a Keith Silverstein showdown between two bad voices?
That was
gosh, that
literally
would be
what
awesome.
I was just thinking. Like, he akumatizes a guy, and he like.
And then he takes over. It'd be like, actually, Hogmoth, I want to do it. I got this.
Yep. That would be killer. I would love.
That would be amazing. I would love that.
So Thomas, in the podcasting episode,
Yes.
Tweet at him.
Get Steve Bloom.
Get Steve Bloom.
that'd be so fun to run.
Yeah, that would be. I've already met Vic. I need to meet
Exactly.
Steve.
And this episode is also brought to you by Ripped Apparel, where they have awesome shirts every day. 3 new shirt designs. They're only $12 a shirt, which is super cheap. Plus, if you use the code ASP10 at checkout, you get 10% off. Yeah, and you get to support local artists. So, or local, just artists anywhere. It goes to them.
You get to support creators.
Exactly, creators.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like independent artists, right? Like
Independent
not a corporation artist.
Yeah, like one of our friends, JP Perez, he actually did a really cool Thor Ragnarok one,
Cool.
and Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth actually wore that shirt and did a little Instagram post and gave him a shout out. And I was like, dude, that's awesome.
Made it, bro.
And that shirt went boom.
Of course.
So,
Yeah. Well,
That's huge.
it's always really cool when the people that you love and you make something for them, then they in turn appreciate it so much.
exactly.
Yes.
That's like the world.
Just like this. Ezra, we in turn, thank you for
Yes.
doing so much
Oh
with
my
Miraculous
gosh,
Ladybug.
my pleasure. This is so much fun. So this is a Christmas gift to everybody who's listening tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I think a great present would be to chill at home and watch Miraculous Ladybug with all of the Christmas wrapping around your feet.
I agree.
Yeah. Or watching the Christmas special and watching.
Oh, yes. Everybody go
yeah.
watch the Christmas
Yeah.
special. It's amazing. Bryce gets to sing. He's just a sad, lonely kid. He won't anybody take pity.
I'm gonna make you
It's
a
the
shirt
best.
that says that.
Please do.
I did see that Zag merchandise has a shirt that says Power of Love.
There you go.
The Power of Love's so strong, I think is what it says.
Oh, man. And Marinette in that episode, she's like, oh, no. Never mind. It's just so... I'm not going to spoil it. I would have spoiled that episode. Everybody watch that for
Don't
Christmas. It's
spoil that
amazing.
episode.
It's amazing. It's the best episode of Miraculous.
I
Yeah.
watched it and I was like, what am I watching?
And then you watched it again, and I've watched it like 3 times. It's amazing. Oh, man.
Pretty.
Ezra, where can everybody find you social media-wise?
On social media, they can find me on Unlocked, which is a great app with a lot of voice actors and podcasters and cosplayers. And it's my name there, so it's Ezra Weisz at Unlocked. I'm very active on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram at Ezra Weisz. And then on Twitter, I have a different name, which makes life complicated. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, because you'd love to do that, you can follow me at WarmUpGuy on Twitter.
Exactly. And Hannah?
You guys can always find me everywhere on almost social media platforms. If I'm there, just look up at A Silly Red, and you'll probably be able to find me real quick.
Yup. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Animation Station Podcast, Facebook and Tumblr, Animation Station Podcast, and on Twitter at Animate Podcast. All of our episodes come out every Monday, available on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, and on our website, animationstationpodcast.com. And be sure and check out our Unlock streams every Wednesday night at the wonderful, magical time slot of 9 p.m. Central.
It's a good time, Josh. It's a good time.
Yeah,
It's a good
time because when I'm done with them, I am tired.
So then
And then I
Yes.
just go to bed.
What time is that for you, 11?
No, it's 9 p.m. for us, but our stuff usually goes for like an hour and a half because I like
Oh.
to talk.
Whenever I'm on, that's short.
Yeah, when Hannah's on, it can go for like 2, sometimes 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oof. It's a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get two
Well-
nerds together.
That's what you do. You get a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, a Merry Christmas to you both, and a Happy New Year. and much success with everything that you do.
You as well, Ezra.
Thank you so much, Ezra. You have a great holiday.
Thanks, Hanna. You too. Bye, Josh. Bye, Hanna.
Bye. So for the
Love you guys.
So for the Animation Station podcast, I'm Josh.
I'm Hanna.
I'm Ezra.
Bye-bye, little butterfly.
Bye-bye, little butterfly. Miraculous Ladybug!